tonight's telecast and only on the MiamiHeatStory.com. So log on and soon as right at you. And transition defense, defensive rebounding, very important for Miami. Johnson driving with Levine, draws the foul. Jerry got the block, but Tyler Johnson should get to the free throw line for 2 shots. And it's Zach Levine, the 6'5" guard out of UCLA, that picks up his first foul. Check it, that's number 2 on Levine. Tyler Johnson had the 11-point rebound outing against the Rockets on Sunday. 4 points. Actually 7 points in 21 minutes Tuesday against Atlanta. Eric Spoelstra going to Tyler Johnson as his backup point guard tonight without Mario Chalmers.
He's earned that trust from the coach.
Kevin Martin leading Minnesota in free throw attempts for 6. And Martin does have 6 off the bench for Minnesota. Jay overplaying, knocked it free. Bosch left open. Levine's pass broken up and stolen by Winslow. Hits ahead for Johnson.
People are always surprised when we're on the road and they see him fly to the rim like that. But what a play by Winslow at one, and he saved 2 on a backdoor cut and then turned it into a basket at the other end.
He'd have scored 6 points. They've scored a field goal on all 3 Minnesota turnovers. Miami up by 6. There's going to be another Minnesota mistake on an aborted handoff between Zhang and Levine.
Pressure defense by Tyler Johnson.
Sorry, let's take a look at our Warren Henry automotive drive set up by Winslow.
Winslow with the steal, and then the acceleration by Tyler to the rim.
Chris Bosch with another feathery soft jumper, 4 points, and 6 early rebounds for Chris. And the Heater ahead by 8, 27-19. Levine from 3. That's a perfect 3-point jumper on a line drive for Zach Levine, his first triple of his second season. Levine tripled 57 times a year ago as a rookie. Nick Roberts. This is Richardson. And nothing but white shirts around that rebound. Nemanja Bjelica. Having a nice rookie season for Minnesota so far. Bjelica, he's whistled for a travel.
Again, that's twice he's done that. On a closeout, he gets a little anxious. Stands too erect, drags that pivot foot. And you can see as he moved the pivot foot before he put the ball down. It's really a simultaneous thing when you make that move. You got to put the ball down as you lift the pivot foot.
3 turnovers in their last 4 possessions. He'd have already scored 8 points off Minnesota turnovers. Josh Richardson over to Josh McRoberts. Shot clock down the 4. Bosch knows and draws the foul on Bjelica.
Chris Bosch looked down the other end to look at the shot clock. So it was a little under 4 seconds, so he knew he had a little bit of time and drew the foul.
Coming into the ball game for Minnesota. Adrian Payne getting set to check in. Heat Nation every Friday is a Flashback Heat Day brought to you by Dodge. Tune in tomorrow and post the best Heat vintage photo of yourself by using the hashtag FlashbackHeat. We'll select the best photo and feature it in the postgame show. Don't forget tomorrow night, an 8 p.m. start, the Heat and Pacers from Indianapolis. Bosch gets 1 out of 2. The rebound down to Gorgui. Heat lead by 6. 3 minutes into the second quarter. Well, Adrian Payne, a draft pick of the Atlanta Hawks, getting some first half minutes. And Shabazz Muhammad thought he was fouled. Payne got the rebound. That's Martin on the run. And this is going to be a rebounding foul against Miami.
To be Richardson.
Josh Richardson called for his second foul. We have a timeout here at the Target Center. 8:49 left in the first half. Balanced attack.
Good initial defense by Winslow, but he didn't box his man out.
Muhammad with 4 points off the bench. Good screen by Bosch. Winslow had it blocked by Zhang. For this Minnesota team, he had previously played just 4 minutes, and that came in their season-opening win in L.A. against the Lakers.
The only starter on the court for either team is Chris Bosch.
Well, each 9-point lead has been reduced to 2.
Lower triangle, defensive rectangle, the defensive box. So there is no restricted area when the offensive player catches it.
Wade lobs it up with the right hand and scores the game. 7 points for Dwayne Wade. And the left-handed Muhammad able to complete the three-point play. So Shabazz Muhammad with 7 points off Minnesota's bench in just 6 minutes of work. Beat by 1. Minnesota's on a 10-3 run. They were down 9. Whiteside setting up for the hook percent this year for Los Angeles.
Yeah, Jordan doesn't have the offensive package that Whiteside has. He gets, as you mentioned, he's a guy that when he comes in, from the moment he comes in, you know he's looking at the rim to shoot it.
8 first-half points for Kevin Martin, who missed 34 games last year when he fractured his right wrist in mid-November.
And right now, Eric, the Timberwolves are outscoring him 20 to 3 off the bench. He talked about how they have the second best, most productive bench in the NBA to Boston. You mentioned that they mentioned in the memorial. We saw all of that in the little bit that we dealt with.
Timberwolves coach are on a 14-5 run. They've gone from 9 down to 1 ahead. Dang pitching out. Dragic set up 3, and that runs off to Adrian. There's Payne, 15th pick in the draft 2 years ago by Atlanta. Played in only 3 games with the Hawks last year. And then came over to trade last February for a future #1 pick. 29 games with the Timberwolves last year. 22 starts. Wade launches. And another rebound way off. The air ball. Dang tried to get it. Whiteside finally reaches out and does get it. Some rebounds you get off the rim, some you pick up right on the floor. 4.5 minutes to go in the second quarter. Low-scoring game. Right side. Oh, he's right there. He gave it off. Got it back. And had it interrupted by Payne. No shot clock reset. Wade leans in. And misses on the 3, but it's tipped in by Winslow.
Oh, that was terrific. What a tip-in by Winslow. Good timing.
First score tonight for the 19-year-old Justice. Karl Anthony Towns is back in for the Timberwolves. He replaces Gorgui Zhang. Towns and Whiteside will resume their battle. Here's Dang, missing the line drive 3. Wade kept it alive, but here comes Kevin Martin. And Whiteside from one end to the other, securing that rebound. Here comes Dang. Right at Towns. Second try the charm for Dang. Well, he back in front by 3. Going to coach most of your life. Talk about the emotional predicament that Sam Mitchell found himself in, and how you deal with your team when you take over in such an adverse circumstances. Dragic scored.
Very unusual situation. You know, he was brought in, as I mentioned earlier, by Flip to be his assistant. And, you know, when a coach does that, he knows he needs a guy in the bench that if he gets thrown out of a game, you know, where he could be the head coach. You don't expect what happened to happen, you know. But this guy was ready to take over the reins. He was a player here, as we just showed. He was very close to Flip, and so he's actually part of this community. So it's easier for him in that transition, in that emotional situation, to take over than it would be for someone else coming from the outside.
No question. He knows the culture. He knows the city. He knows all the people involved. But still, a very difficult way to move down one seat and become a head coach. Wade missed it. Exploding for the right-handed jab.
Last year's Rookie of the Year.
Remember, he was selected #1 in the draft by the Cleveland Cavaliers, who shipped him off in a 3-team, 6-player deal, a deal that got them Kevin Love.
Yeah, offensive foul now. That's such a difficult call for anybody in the NBA, where you set a screen and you roll to the basket, you get in the way of the defender, and they call a moving screen.
Hassan Whiteside picks up his second. Tony Young, Andrew Wiggins, only one way to learn, get thrown right into the fray. He started every game, all 86 of his NBA career so far. He leads it down with a rebound on the Wiggins miss. But great to see Wade take that mentor's role, not only for his teammates, but for young players around this league.
It's the way of the NBA now, where older guys, veterans, are helping out the younger guys. That happened to D. Wade when he was a rookie, first couple of years in the league. People helped him out, so now he carries the mantle.
Meanwhile, Wiggins struggling to make shots, just 2 for 9. The Timberwolves shooting just 30% as a team, and no defending Wade on that drive. 9 points for Dwayne, and the Heat lead by 5.
Towns that time was playing for the lob to Bosh from Wade. That's why he didn't go after Wade.
That's why that's such a good two-man game between Wade and Whiteside. One opening opportunities for the other.
Yeah, that time Bosh was the one that helped him out.
Whiteside, by the way, on the bench. 4 turnovers in the first half for Whiteside as Kevin Martin scores again. Martin has 8 in the quarter and 10 here in the first half. Wade using the Bosh screen, gets it right back to Chris. Nice two-man game between the Heat 2 veterans.
Yeah, 2 guys went to Wade, so he found Bosh inside on the roll.
Fort Lauderdale, full of all the highlights, stats, and scores. Jax will also have his interview with Heat assistant coach Juwan Howard before the third quarter begins. Timberwolves have made all 11 of their free throws tonight. Wade leans in, draws the foul on Wiggins, and banks it in.
He had a plan there. That's not by accident. He got his man in the air, and then he concentrated on the banker. This is a great lesson here for young players. When you have that angle, shoot the bank shot. We teach that at the Miami Heat camp. He and Tim Duncan, probably the 2 best bank shooters in the last 12, 13 years in the NBA.
Tony Wade taking advantage of a little something called human nature. No matter how much film you watch, 13 years he's been pump faking with success. But when you pump fake, most defenders try to go for the block of the challenge, leave their feet, and Wade takes full advantage.
Part of it is they want to block Dwayne Wade's shot.
7th rebound of the night for Chris Bosh. Heat have hit 5 of their last 6 shots. Miami at 48% in this first half. 21 seconds left in the half. Nice drive by Dwayne. Draws a crowd. Shot of the half. Just 3 seconds left. Rubio picked his pocket. Dwayne Wade. Good if it goes. It did go. And it will count.
Yeah, baby. The steal. And let's see. 45 is about a 50-foot basket there. A little beyond 50 feet.
He should get 4 for that.
Half court is 47 feet. He was behind the half court line.
So Dwayne Wade, a 16-point first half. Miami ends the quarter with 7 straight points. And look at this, the swipe and the heave-ho.
Oh, yeah, that's maybe 55 feet.
Come on.
Wow.
Do the math, and anyway you add it up. Heat Nation.